the different agents' abilities to synergize and create really funky tactics. So I'm looking out to see what we will see in that regard. Now, Sean, here we can obviously already see how the teams are setting up at the beginning of the round of the buy time. You know, what are we looking at here going to this first pistol?
Yeah, the first thing I'm noticing right off the bat is there's a trip on Octagon at B long. That's kind of going to let me know that they're going to play super aggressive at the start, feign some pressure, maybe put pressure on this, Jett that's about to peek, and then back off and play passive. You can see they got the orb. They're out. They're out. They're going to play passive on this B site now. They're going to use this stack. This is a deadly setup right now coming out of 100 Thieves. They're going to use the teleporter if they go B.
Okay, well, we'll see that T1 themselves are playing quite cautiously here so far in the opening, making sure they can isolate any shenanigans from T1, from 100 Thieves, were there to be any. But as Sean mentioned, it's very quiet from the defensive side here of 100 Thieves to begin with. And we'll get a regroup towards that B-long position as T1 start to make their way forward.
This is an outstanding read by DaZeD, because if they went hookah, a Raze nade was coming through along with a triple teleport. Luckily, they're going up long. This is a perfect read. How is Steel going to react to this?
And Spyder's in showers, so there is the option to go back through the TP if they have a lot of trouble on this B site. They may try to really sell the rotation and get a couple kills before going for that. Still, they're trying to use some dirty cams to his advantage, but the site's been given. Oh, nasty stuff there from DaZeD. The jumping classic to deal with Steel. As Scar's in the side here, holding that forward ground. So it will be a commitment of that spike plant on the B site. The lurk on A has been dealt with. Spyder's out of the picture, and 100 Thieves now are 4 strong with that rotation through hookah now, through the TP on short A. So they're ready to go for this retake. Lots of presence around the elbow position and sight here from T1 on the defense. We'll have to see if they can hold on to this. DaZeD once again kicks it off nicely, but Nitro, time and again, he's been deadly with this Ghost. And now Brax sitting there blind on the site in a very awkward position, back against the wall, nowhere to turn. Nitro is just so deadly. Another headshot goes his way, and systematically, 1 by 1, 100 Thieves will get themselves the retake and the defuse.
Yeah, I think things really started to go wrong when Spyder died in that shower position. This was such good mid-game is what we call it, Dan. Just adapting on the fly. This isn't a thought-out strat per se from T1. They're reacting to things that they feel throughout the map, right? And they feel, a heavy A stack. If they would have went up short A, they would have got demolished by that 3 stack. If they would have went hookah, they would have got demolished. If they would have went shower, there was a trip there waiting, and I'm sure, 100 Thieves had a game plan. They did the perfect thing. Honestly, they did the perfect thing. It's just they lost the gun battles to hold the site.
And it looks like here for the eco from T1 that there's nothing too crazy going on, just a couple sheriffs.
It's the same setup coming out of 100 Thieves. They're doing the same thing. So we're going to actually get to see likely what would have happened on pistol round. Oh, this is awesome. I love seeing variations of the same thing.
That's what it's all about, right? Creating a strat that can have all of the different permutations and reaction response to be strong in a huge amount of situations. So, that just really just explains how good these teams are. And here comes that presence, that pressure from the showers position. There's a great headshot from DaZeD to kick things off, the long range with the Stinger. It's going to do the job from Nitro for now. Omen's such a strong agent to play around the U-Haul position. The paranoia has already been used up, though. And a 4 versus 4. A reset here from T1.
I think both teams right now probably going to feel things out with the Sova arrows. DaZeD likely wants his to recharge for this B hit coming in. But the way Brax is nested in this site right now. 2 tripwires guarding him. A nerd camera up there in the hookah. He's going to be hard to get out. Or I'm sorry, that's Steel. I'm sorry. Getting Steel out of this corner is going to be very, very difficult for T1.
Good timing on the recon there. The cam switch as well. Just getting that info. No time ready to get the spike down. It has to be planted right now. It's actually getting planted. Brax with that headshot. That makes all the difference. Hiko trying to find Skadoodle, and he will. Not allowing them to reposition off of that plant. And it looks like 100 Thieves are very, very strong here. DaZeD, there's not really much he can do. I don't know if he's got a lineup here with the shock darts, but it's not going to come in time anyways. Nitro with the classic will finish him off. And 100 Thieves, it actually looked a little bit scary, I gotta say. Good effort from T1, creating some damage at the beginning and then trying to reset to make it even worse for 100 Thieves.
Early on in this match, Dan, I get the feeling that T1 has a very, very good idea that 100 Thieves likes to run this setup. You can see Spyder went to the edge of showers and he just threw a pointless flash out. But that flash wasn't pointless. It actually made Asuna nade short and shift the entire setup from 100 Thieves. It caused a chain reaction, which then opened up the entry for DaZeD. Now, that was a really interesting, unique way to break that setup apart. Oh my
into the gun round here. We do have a couple of stingers remaining, and that is a nice find from Scar, able to take down Hiko. And again, Asuna and Steel are on stingers at the moment. So from a firepower perspective, you're kind of limited. You've got to play those close range when you're playing against these rifles. We can see that Asuna's doing just that. He's playing the cubby on short A. So we'll see what he can do from there. At the same time, we've got control of showers from Spyder once again, giving options to T1 as they continue to maintain presence at B-Long as well. So at this point, Sean, what would you do? You've got the entire map. You're a frag up. What's the play here for T1?
I think the play from T1, they don't know where Steel is set up. And having a Cypher, a Sentinel like that on a site, you can nest up and play solo because you have the camera, you have trips for information, and the trips act as additional players. So you can see that's causing 100 Thieves to play 3 people at this A site. Oh, this drone spotting the operator is massive information right now.
There's the sound cue. Asuna got burned. Spyder heard it, took him down. The Sting is out of the picture there. And Nitro, we talked about it. This U-Haul position is a great spot for him to play. He's got the assistance there as well from Dicey. And they certainly would have heard that he's in this position. The curveball comes through. Dicey has to get out of there. He's having so many issues here, and he's going to be forced away from U-Haul. That's a key position to hold if you want to have a retake. Steel, though, is actually knocking on the back door on this flank at the moment. His position is now known, so he's lost the element of surprise, and it comes down to either Steel or Dicey finding some picks, some damage. If they can't find that initial kill to make a 2v3, there's really no way that they can force the issue. And Dicey, with that operator in hand, is worth obviously a lot of cash. Wants to save that one, and Steel will do the same.
Yeah, this is one of those scenarios where if you're a pro, you have to do the math on the new patch update, where you only get $1,000 credits if you survive out the round. Is it worth it? Yes, of course it is when you have an operator or you have a Phantom or a Vandal full armor. So the shields combined with this Phantom make it worth it for Steel to save, although it is worth it to maybe go for a couple kills, get those ult orbs down. You can see they're just playing this one really passive.
Love that. Just really.
Is he gonna go? Oh, he was gonna go in the teleporter. he was gonna go in, Dan.
He wanted it. That would have been awesome. He would have been annihilated probably, but that would have been pretty glorious. Okay, so T1 trailing by a round at this point in time. 100 Thieves 2-1, but obviously T1 having a really good showing of things in that previous round. We'll see if they can get that opening pick again. They played off of that early 5v4 really effectively, so we'll have to see if 100 Thieves have any setups now to change their fortunes in that sense. Dicey trying to get that peek on showers, denied by the hot hands, denied by the dark cover. It allows Spyder to get close again. Dangerous here, spraying through the smoke from either side. Look at the investment here from both teams into showers control. It's huge investment. Knowing when the dark cover goes away, that works out for Asuna with a double. That's huge. So much investment. And 100 Thieves walk away from the table with all the chips.
Yeah, but something that T1 knows from that shower duel is there's one person on B right now. They know that. Based on the fight they just had at showers, they know someone has to be watching short A. The rotate probably came in. So this is all on Steel for the next probably 10 seconds. Hiko's rotating spawn, and he can't cross unless spawn gets smoked off. He doesn't really know what's going on in the site. This is a very sketchy situation right now for Steel.
Still a very intelligent play. We'll have to see what he's able to come up with from this Hiko position. The dark cover there is very awkward. He gets tagged there as well. He's going to have to try to find a timing. He goes for the swing, trying to find that timing. It's Asuna, though, denying the plant for now. There's only 20 seconds. Asuna, again, another frag coming his way. It's starting to look horrendous now for T1. Just brax left it with 15 seconds to find an answer, but it's Nitro who has that answer, and 100 Thieves off the back of a great couple entries from Asuna pick up another round.
It's just perfect utility usage to enter this round, Dan. I'm so blown away by these two teams, right? The Omen dark cover combined with the hot hands to take control of Shower for T1. But then as soon as that smoke's fading, you see the boom bot hit the ground. It's not too early, because if it's too early, then they'd be stuck on the other side of the Omen dark cover. So it's just everything was so well timed that round. It was so beautiful to watch the Shower fight go down.
Get out of my way.
Yeah, I totally agree, and there's so much more to say, but we'll see exactly what the round shapes up here to be as we get that. Not the best situation in the world in terms of weaponry. You can see T1 with the 3 rifles, a couple pistols. We do have Scar, I believe, on the daggers. And Asuna is going to get sprayed down, trying to back away here. The Hunter's Fury comes out to play as well. And that's going to also cause a lot of problems. Dicey trying to dodge it. He does get tagged by one, but he's still alive. Hiko there from elbow. Also still alive. Picks up a kill as well. And this is interesting now because 100 Thieves actually have a pretty good spot to play their retake. They have this control around elbow. That's pretty huge.
That's massive right now. T1 is going to drone through elbow. Scott's following that with daggers. This is very sketchy for Dicey.
They hear him too. They hear Scar.
Oh, he's Spyder through the sight.
He actually walls him. That's unreal. Oh, Scar escapes after getting dinked there. Hiko making his way forward. Here comes the collapse onto the site for the retake. Still there from Hookah, is alone against more players. This is going to be so difficult to make his way through the 1v2. Steal falls to DaZeD again. And this is just going down to the wire. 100 Thieves. Again, we talked about it. They had a great way to play that retake, holding on to the back halls, that elbow position. But T1 realized, they recognized that. They did a deep smoke. They droned through. They played aggressively. The tag allowed Spyder to get a wall bang. That's just, that sequence was it's just so amazing to witness.
That was so brilliant by DaZeD to send the drone in like that. I've never seen that so far in Valorant. And then you can spam the guy as he's in the spawn hallway from the site. Holy, what a hold by T1. I didn't see that coming. And here's that same dark cover, hot hands combo that we saw earlier. Actually combined with a recon as well.
Yeah, that's a lot.
You can see how important that shower control is for T1. But now Spyder has his ult. And they're looking to hit this A site for sure this round. Look at them. They're all grouping up.
This is just the 6th round as well, so a lot of emphasis placed on showers so far from T1 on these opening rounds kind of scenarios, and we'll have to see if that impacts how 100 Thieves play this in the following rounds. But for now, there goes the beginning of this hit through the drone. Steel tries to swing the corner there to try to take down DaZeD. The trade comes through though, so it's a 1-for-1. That's not too bad. Nitro finds his way onto a flank again. Brax goes down. That's the spike. And is very nicely in front of a dark cover for Nitro to hold on to. He has expended that paranoia though, so it will be hard to hold on to this for too much longer, but he still has U-Haul. Spyder does not care. Straight through with the curveball, finds the headshot. And there are still a lot of room to play with here for T1.
What?
Oh my god, that went, I don't, what is happening? I can't understand that, Sean. And Spyder is open from spawn, and that's a wrap for T1. I don't even understand the science behind that one.
Where does it go when it goes through the telly, Dan? I don't know. I've never seen it.
I haven't seen that before either, so I don't know what to say.
That was so cool. Oh, no! Oh, my God. Poor AZK.
There's just no words. There's no words, but there are more rounds as we have the 7th round coming into play here. I mean, it's going to be an eco for T1. Hot hands, the dark covers, an aggressive one from Nitro this time to prevent Shower's control by T1, and they will have themselves instead a rotation through market towards that Hiko position where there is brax currently creating some presence.
Oh, Dan, look at this shower setup right now. Nitro has the paranoia out. Steel ready to swing with it. The second that trip is hit. Oh, I can't wait to see this. How is Spyder going to react to this setup? This is going to be very difficult for him to come out alive. Just the smoke on short A to slow things down on short. Oh, I guess that's how he gets through, Dan. Trip, no,
That works.
Trip no longer active.
That's one way to do it. And there's the TP. That's going to signal to T1 that that rotation's on the way. Nitro, though, with that elevated position, able to easily hold on to this one. Spyder! My goodness. Doing quite the damage there with that Vandal that he collected. Hot hands for a heal. He's got 30 seconds here to do more damage. Now, he's got an ultimate available to run it back, and it's hard to see him use it in this position. But we'll see. If he picks up a 1v1, that's the way that he wins this. If he can get a 1v1, oh, there's that 1v1. If he picked that one up, I would be very afraid right there for his opposition. He could have used to run it back, grab the spike. There's all sorts that he could have pulled out of the bag there, but regardless, 5-2 is the score right now. 100 Thieves are ahead.
Wow, that was a lot of damage done by Spyder, though, on that eco round. That was a great round by him. And even though they didn't get the win, putting a dent in 100 Thieves' economy at this stage of the game is actually very important. And he has his ult on deck now. This should be a different look from T1 this round, where they use their ultimates.
Aggressive setup here on short B, outside of Hiko, Dicey. And he's got a friend, Asuna's there, to swing after the shot. And Dicey gets the repeat off of that. A 1-for-1. We'll have to see who that benefits as time goes on. We get a couple cloudbursts there to just enable Dicey to fall back and reposition safely. In the meantime, correct response from T1. They take the space that's given. They now have the control of Garden as well. But the spike in the meantime is around the short A position, and T1, they're going to grab the orb.
Dan, they're going to have to fight their way out of this round because they have no smokes left. Ska had to use his last remaining smokes right there to live. The Omen is dead early. This is a hard round.
Steal.
But it's just gotten a lot easier.
He's so brave, just going through with the cage, delayed them so much, got rid of the run it back, really giving 100 Thieves a lot to work with as they try to prevent the spike from going down, let alone retake it after the plant. And that's going to be a TP that Brax knows everything about. DaZeD as well, holding on to his position, and now it's going to be down to Hiko against 3 players. There goes the recon dart. He's being destroyed immediately. He only gets a single pulse off. He's none the wiser. He may be on an angle, but no, Brax is going to discover exactly what's up. And T1 pick up a much needed round. They burned quite a lot there. But honestly, 3-5.
It's so scary when you see an Omen go down so early on bind because you have no smokes to enter the sites. And then the Jett had to use her smokes once she got tagged by the drone. Scott clearly having a rough start to this game. It's shocking to see based on how we saw him play on Haven, but now he's brought the op into play. He's going to take this peek at Long B. Is Hiko going to challenge this? He's already been punished once. He's not. So they're going to concede Long B to T1. And both teams are just going slow right now. DaZeD taking shower control right now, Spyder.
Loving the deeper position here from Nitro with that Sheriff towards the short A cubby. When you're in a situation like this on the defense and you're outgunned, it definitely doesn't feel good to just allow the other team to execute. Having somebody that can maybe create some opportunities by getting a frag before or as the push is coming in allows more room for your teammates to do something with having a way worse setup ultimately. There goes that Hunter's Fury. Looks like not too much is going the way of 100 Thieves. It's just a token frag from Nitro. And it looks like there's really no more chance here for 100 Thieves. Now the spike gets planted. Nice anti-eco here from T1.
Spike planted.
Very nice anti-eco coming from T1. And you can see actually the importance of those frenzy frags that Spyder got a couple rounds ago. There's no reason for 100 Thieves to be on this low of a buy unless those frags happen.
And it looks like Steel is causing problems here. Hiko's going to go down, but he's picked himself up a rifle, but looks like Spyder is on top of it right now. And you were saying it earlier, Sean, as well. You wanted to see Spyder on that Phoenix. You wanted to see him in more of an aggressive role on a more aggressive agent, and so far he's doing a great job, I feel like.
He is doing a fantastic job of getting shower control with DaZeD. Now, I'm curious because they've done this same look on this default time and time again. It's about time in the match where 100 Thieves busts out, a counter to it, right? How do you counter this this take of showers? How do they look at B? And it looks like they're not doing much different. You can see Brax is setting up his trip super passively in B. They're going to give up almost all of B this round. They're going to give up hookah. They're going to give up long control. Their main interest is here at A.
How do they handle it? Well, there you go, Sean. They got the forward dark cover. They're able to throw the Raze utility forward and force T1 behind Nitro's dark cover. So now T1 will have to spend more to retake the shower's position fully. And there's a drone. And they can't send that drone out from a further forward position.
Yeah,
so
that's a big difference. That's a massive difference. That drone gets hardly any information. Before they were almost entering with the drone. Now it's only to get shower control. So how does T1 react now?
And with that shower control, ultimately Spyder just picked up his ultimate. So he's got run it back now because of that ult that he just collected. So that might make the difference here, given that that's the only ult available for T1 in this round. And we have Hunter's Fury on Hiko, which is the only ult available for 100 Thieves. So T1 now regrouping into a pretty committed B hit. It would appear, and 100 Thieves, they're not, actually they're pushing short A at this point. They're going to figure out exactly what's going on, but in comes the push. There's the run it back. Spyder making his way straight onto the site. He needs to get information. He doesn't really see anybody, but he understands there's at least one back site, and there's Scar with that operator, able to drop steel at the back of the site. And that's going to allow T1 to make their way forward. But time is against them here. If someone could take down the plant, so that could make every difference. And there's Hiko with the Hunter's Fury trying to stop the plant. Can he deny the plant? Oh, he can't deny the plant into... Oh, no! Nitro gets there where Hiko could not. Nitro can. Coming in from the flank, just as he has done so many times in this series so far. And that is so devastating. What a beautiful play there. In the nick of time, Nitro sweeps in.
He couldn't have come in at a better time. Takes down AZK at the last second. The plant took so long because the Hunter's Fury just terrified the players of T1 to plant that spike. What a play by Nitro. These flanks time and time again. He's sitting at 15-5 again. This man is just having such an incredible series right now.
It's really beautiful to see. There's just so much to say about it, but there's so much more gameplay to be had here. We get immediately the blades popped there by Sky. You can see he's trying to find an entry there towards this Hiko position. The Paranoia is sent through as well. The dash up draft. Scars is clearing the path, making a way for his team to get into the side here, using that verticality to his advantage. Can't find a frag. There's just so much denying vision around this site, but he's still there. He's still creating space for his team, and he's still holding on to these positions. However, Dicey coming through there. Great stuff there from Dicey, finding a second with the operator, able to use that dash to keep himself alive. And this is just an absolute brawl for the site. And again, Nitro, he always finds the back of somebody. DaZeD able to equalize just for a moment as we go into the 1v1. There is a minute to play with. There are so many options here for both of these players. DaZeD has the ability to use the recon dart. He's got that drone as well. Clearing some space there towards spawn, understands where his opponent is by deduction. And, oh, that was an opportunity for DaZeD. Committing to the plant now. As Dicey bites his time, trying to make sure that he doesn't catch one of these arrows. And Dicey, no fear at all on the peak. That was bold from DaZeD as well. You got to give it to him. But Dicey this was Dicey's round for sure.
This was definitely Dicey's round. This is such a huge, pivotal moment for him to come up big in this series. We haven't really seen him come up with this operator that he's been buying. It's kind of been a sunk cost, if I'm being honest, for 100 Thieves. But this round, he had so much confidence in his peaks coming through spawn. Take out both those players' sight, and this one-on-one, he played it so patiently versus DaZeD. DaZeD had a full kit of utility. So difficult to deal with. And he remained patient, won the one-on-one, and here we are, 7-4, Dan. Ooh, T1. This might be must-win territory right now. I think 8-4 on the defense side is quite a good half for Bind.
Ooh, Nitro's actually going to pop that recon dart. He's got the Paranoia ready in hand, but they're actually pretty deep. He's going to swing straight into Spyder, who is so ready for that one. Oh my god. Rocket flying through the showers as well. The aggression through the showers TP is great to see from 100 Thieves, trying to mix things up. We haven't seen that just yet, but the timing just didn't really work out. You were talking about answers to the showers play, Sean. It looked like it was set up, but the timing was just a little bit off.
It's just a little bit off, and that definitely cost them here. And here you have DaZeD actually droning the flank. This is such an interesting scenario. Neither team has any clue the spread on this A bomb site right now. It is going to be a select fest.
Still taking his time. That is huge. The neural theft. It's the perfect time. They get info. 2 players in showers, and then 2 players around the short position, and APC. Steel, he's going to be able to make some forward movement there, claiming more space on the site, creating more pressure. And Dicey, oh, the jump knife's not going to work out for him. T1 defending excellently. And that's going to be 5-7. You said they needed this round, Sean, and they're going to get it. And it's funny because it felt like 100 Thieves, that they were winning rounds pretty consistently, even though they were losing the showers control to T1. It almost felt like they didn't need an answer, but it's still going to be so close.
I know you like the poker references. This seemed like they just pushed all in that round on an aggressive play. That was very shocking because 100 Thieves hadn't done that yet the entire half. But it looks like T1 adapted on the fly perfectly. Like the positioning of Spyder in the showers to catch, I think it was Nitro coming through the dark cover. It couldn't have been a better position. But here we go. This is definitely going to be a B hit coming in for 100 Thieves, and it's probably going to come in real fast.
DaZeD there with that recon die. He's going to spot everything pretty much. Able to deal with the boom bot. That's actually pretty huge to get rid of that boom bot before it makes its way into Hiko. It allows T1 to kind of hold on to these spots. They'll throw down the cage. Okay, Steel is going to create quite a problem there. That's a great pick as DaZeD was trying to reposition, but Spyder's going in for more. The frenzy close range. He's only going to be able to get the one though. This is not a bad spot here for Brax. Trying to play this corner, this angle. You can see that coverage of the dark cover is working out quite nicely for him as he tries to hold on to this. And they're very low. The player's coming onto his position. That is so awesome to see from Brax holding his ground. Easy to frag, so confident. The jump classic not going to work out for him as we go into the 2 versus 2. But the advantage in health at least is certainly with AZK and Skadoodle of T1. And right now, they also have the advantage because they're playing the defense. It's up to 100 Thieves to make their way forward, to reclaim that spike on elbow and find a way to get it planted. This is not going to be easy for them.
This is definitely an insanely difficult situation that T1 finds themselves in.
30 seconds left.
The HP on 100 Thieves is so low.
One enemy remaining.
And they try to make the dash across, and it's not going to work out. And just speaks to, again, as you said, how difficult that spot was. I liked some of the initial exchanges there. I felt like the movement from T1 on the defense was really good to try to reposition out of that hookah play, but the timing from Steel was just, it's just so unfortunate for T1. If they had an extra second, I think they would have been okay.
Well, I love the timing from Steel coming up along B right there because he sensed, his teammates were telling him there's a super heavy hookah presence, which means that it's super unlikely that there's going to be like, 2 people holding long B. So he took that initiative. It's kind of him just playing on the fly based on his teammates' communication. So I know the communication is very strong right now in 100 Thieves.
This is the classic move, isn't it, from Dicey? The single cloud burst, get yourself close with that shorty into the U-haul position. You got that dash up draft if necessary. And this is going to be interesting now. There's definitely some extra damage that can be done here by 100 Thieves. Spyder holding onto B. We get that rotation to Hiko with that spike. Won't be able to find their way in. Very, very fortified position towards B at this point. But another rotation from 100 Thieves. They might actually be able to catch something here using the dark cover to try to secure a plant. Oh, Scott, he knows. He just understands what that dark cover means. And with the spam, he's going to be able to create even more problems here. Hiko, it's too much to deal with at this point. And not even getting the spike down, unfortunate for them. A couple kills will go a long way in pressuring the economy of 100 Thieves, but ultimately, it's definitely looking like a good start for the defense here on T1's side.
Oh, and look at this. Ska opts for the glass cannon operator. No shields right now. This is a huge investment. He did the same thing on Haven when he pushed short A, and it worked out so well. But it is a massive risk early in this game right now. He's going to take this showers fight, but look at this. It's going to be a huge battle because 300 Thieves coming his way.
You don't expect to see this. Oh, he whiffed the shot. He doesn't want to burn the dash. Didn't expect Nitro to be so close for the punish. And you said it was a massive risk. It hasn't gone the way of T1, but we'll see if they can find a different way to recover this position. A very fast push on the back of that kill. And oh my god, 100 Thieves looking really strong, moving off of that first kill into the site, leaving just brax and Spyder on the rotation from that B site. Not too much they can do, but trying to find a timing as the setup is coming in from 100 Thieves. Heavy showers presence. A Bulldog and a Spectre. These are not the guns you want to see in a situation like this. When you're playing against so much.
This feels unwinnable, Dan.
It does. It really does. And there we go. 100 Thieves hold on to it nicely. And they played off that initial pick on Scott. And I do wonder to what extent they expected that.
Yes. That was a really good jiggle peek coming into showers and then a swing by Nitro. It's one of the few times when you shouldn't use abilities going into the third round where you feel like you have a gun advantage. But they risked it that there wouldn't be an operator there. There actually was. They probably should have gotten burned. And I think Scott might fight for an orb here. This is another battle at Showers is about to go down, and Scott needs this orb for his ult, I believe. Oh, he's 2 off. So he's actually going to need a kill.
And
Paranoia.
Paranoia is ready. He's going to be able to get the first kill. And there's the dash coming through. He can't find the second. Might be a gun for him to collect, though. An operator on the ground for him. AZK in support. Spyder as well. The TP at back Showers is beautiful. What a coordinated effort here coming in from T1. And Scott lost the operator last round. He's picked it right back up again. And Asuna, 30 HP against 4 players. He needs to do some damage here. That is the objective. Keep the economy pressure going. Don't allow T1 to leave this round with too many weapons. And he's got a minute to try and do it. And he's in New Hall. I don't know if they understand where he is. They certainly understand some of the possibilities. So we'll see if he can move between the gaps of the knowledge of his opponents here as he makes his way through U-Hall. This is the opportunity. Find one frag at the very least, and he gets it. Asuna, you couldn't have asked for more.
No, DaZeD was all over him with that drone. It was a game of cat and mouse. And there's no way he was getting out of that U-Haul alive. So here we are, 8-8. That was such a sick shower hole, though, by T1. Sending Spyder through the teleporter in his Altus Phoenix to flank. The second the Paranoia comes through, Scott dashes into them. Man, there's so many layers to these teams in this game. Just the amount of growth that these two teams have had in the last month is just incredible. It's actually incredible.
The buy here not looking all that great, though, for 100 Thieves. They got a heavy presence towards short B. The drone will be sent through as well. Spyder looking to try to hold on to this position. I don't know how committed he's going to be. There's the trip. There's the cage going up. Curveball trying to hold it. But Asuna with that rocket. The showstopper is going to do the damage. AZK finding a great timing through the TP from short A. Drops the spike. Scar's there as well. But Dicey is in position in hookah. Scar had to worry about 2 positions. Gambled wrong. And the spike is collected once again. Now brax. It falls to him. It falls entirely to brax. Finds 1 kill. The dash comes through. It's just too much to handle. And 100 Thieves pick it up. And this game, Sean, it's so close.
Oh, you could see the idea from T1 right there. Spyder was going to defend hookah and the teleport was going to come in. But once the showstopper was popped, he couldn't hold hookah anymore. But he was sticking to the setup. And then AZK and Scott come through the teleporter. But everything had already crumpled because the showstopper was popped. Such an unfortunate turn of events right there by T1. But man, Asuna continues to have so much success with these showstoppers.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great ultimate. And Sky is going to actually find his first opening pick at the beginning of a round with the operator. So that's very good news for T1, who are trailing around right now, of course. And if you are just joining us, 100 Thieves won the first map in this series. This is the second map. This is the quarterfinals here. Single a limb. So a lot on the line here for T1 in this recovery attempt as they make their way up short A.
You mentioned earlier that paranoia from U-Haul here. It's going to come, but it's late.
And Asuna's got position there. The Hunter's Fury is trying to equalize things positionally. Asuna, he's going to make his way around with the satchels. He finds Nitro over the top, or sorry, AZK, as Steel makes his way through showers as well. Spikes down on the ground. And I was going to say, Steel needs to hit some pretty good shots here to make this round work out for them. They've claimed the bomb and the spike, and they're going to make their way through the TP straight to B. Spyder already was on the flank through Market, so he can't really stop this. They will get time to plant the spike. They will get time to set up post-plant.
Oh no, Dan. Hiko has the Hunter's Fury at long. He's moving to elbow, though. Will they expect 2 players to be elbow? They might, just because of where Spyder is right now. This is the fight, though.
A 1-for-1. Hiko is still alive. He's the important one. He's got the recon dart. He's got that Hunter's Fury as well. He needs to find a way to get a 1 versus 1 in this situation. Recon dart goes out, tries to get that info. That cloud burst is pretty huge. He spots Spyder, that's important as well. Trying to get his way into a position to do some damage, but Spyder will take him down. Hiko did what he could. He couldn't sit back there. He had to try to challenge. And it's going to be the round there for T1. Great effort from 100 Thieves to try to recover that. They made that look really doable.
Yeah, I agree. Hiko's shooting out that recon dart. I think every viewer saw it in their mind's eye. They saw the ping coming in and Hiko creeping up on the diffuser, getting that kill, whipping over. That could have gone his way. That was so close. That was on a knife's edge, that 1-on-2. Holy, this game is just, it's phenomenal. Every round just coming down like this.
So 9-9 now. We'll see exactly how this opening plays out. Not as much pressure on this hookah position, just one player, just the Raze, just Asuna there with that boombot, trying to just keep the attention of the opponents, trying to force them to burn some utility. We see that setup with Spyder, as you mentioned previously, got stopped out by the showstopper. But this time, it's going to be all about just playing retake on A. You know, relying on having AZK in that U-Haul position with that Omen. And they've got Scar playing Cubby with the Operator. Very deep position with that Operator.
Yeah, and the pace of this round's a little different. 100 Thieves looked flustered at the start of this round in freeze time. They were really late getting in showers, and they were behind a dark cover. But this frag is actually... Oh, Spyder giving up the early first blood to Asuna. That's an early 5-on-4, and this B site is now extremely weak. But Skadoodle evening things up. That's a very big find by him.
And that
no
tells
more
him
trips
everything.
on the flank. Yeah.
Because also, if you take Steel down in that position, it's definitely got to be a committed play to be at that point. They've got to be reading that. TP onto the site. TP is all over the place at this point, and it's going to be an all-out brawl here as the spike gets planted. Dicey planting default there. And what do we have here for this retake for T1? Scar does have some daggers to work with if he chooses to use them, but other than that, not too much in the way of ultimates. AZK has Paranoia still. That could be huge as a way to initiate the retake here. There's the Hunter's Fury, timed to perfection. Hiko gets at least one. Sky in deep, pulls out the daggers, finds Nitro up on top of the site now, trying to find his way above the smokes to try to get these picks. It's looking quite labored at this point for T1, leaving just AZK trying to swing on the next player on Garden, but Hiko able to defend, able to trade. And once again, it just goes down to the wire. 100 Thieves barely creeping ahead of T1 at this point. 10-9. As you said before, Sean, Hiko on that Hunter's Fury is very reliable.
He's always good for one, right? He's always good for one when he busts out that ultimate. He's probably the best I've seen so far in this first strike tournament. But I believe 100 Thieves just wasted all of their ults. What do they have this round? They just... Actually, Dicey still has the daggers. That's very important going in this round. Steal with the nerf. Shower control again. It's so sketchy for both teams.
Oh, that's huge. The Paranoia comes through. This time works out really nicely for Scar as he pushes on through with that frenzy. Nice response though from 100 Thieves as they've seen this play before. The showers crunch from the defense with that B-long TP push as well. And DaZeD, he wanted to make a forward position with a forward alpha angle, but they will spot it out. Nothing left to guesswork after popping Cypher's ultimate. Neural theft will tell them everything. And now brax is alone with a frenzy against 3 players. And there's not much you can do about that one. 11-9 now, 100 Thieves. They've nearly done it, Sean. They're looking to move into the semi-finals here. T1 need to come out with something big to recover this situation. It's starting to get truly out of hand.
It really is, but Dicey, man, he played that so well with those cloud bursts. The recon to force AZK in the open. I thought DaZeD was going to win this round, but the Cypher ult comes in and seals the deal. It forces his hand into the push. Man, the peaks from 100 Thieves to close out that round. That's something of beauty.
Careful now.
Oh, the buy here is pretty bad for T1. They've stacked 4 towards the A side. So, oh, beautiful opening there from Asuna. Making it look really good with the satchels and showstopper entry. Nothing really that 100 Thieves could do. They kind of gambled on the A setup there. Looking for the retake. Actually, with that headshot, with the rifle, if it's possible to collect it and all that information, maybe there's a chance here for T1, but with that said, brax has no teammates left with which to play off of. So at this point, it's about trying to do some additional damage. They will be buying next round regardless. It's a good effort, but this could be it, Sean.
This could be it, Dan.
Match point.
This is going to be a very difficult comeback right now for T1 because 100 Thieves has now built an economy. They've built their ults up. Hiko, I just saw, got his Hunter's Fury again. It feels like he just had it. It's going to be a difficult 3 rounds for T1. They're going to have to fight tooth and nail for this. And you can see it's going to start at showers right now. I think Scott should be able to afford an operator here if he wanted to. Yes, he does. Okay. But this is just a straight B hit. I don't know. Is T1 going to be ready for this?
Now, yeah, Spyder's going to fall back out. He's actually got Run It Back available. So far, Spyder's been playing really well with this Phoenix. And as you mentioned before, the setup between him and the Cypher tripwire and cage as well on Hookah has been something that T1 have really enjoyed running.
No more charges left.
Out of my way.
I fear Spyder will die before the Run It Back can be used, as he's in a very forward position right now, but in comes the Paranoia. Great counter utility. DaZeD and brax defending. Dicey shot out the air. And it doesn't look like they're trying to brute force their way in, but the counter utility here so far from T1 has been nothing but immaculate.
They have been stalled out completely. I don't know what 100 Thieves go to here. They need a pick. They're desperately looking for someone to give themselves up. It's going to be Spyder. Spyder versus Nitro right here.
Silence.
Oh,
Saw
no.
the swing of the gun. That's so unfortunate for Spyder. And there might be a chance now. As you said, they were looking for that one pick. Dark cover just in the nick of time to allow Asuna forward positioning. Takes down DaZeD. This could be going very badly all of a sudden here for T1. They were looking so damn good. And there's that Hunter's Fury on Hiko as well. He's standing in the hookah position. There's the Paranoia to allow the entries to start flowing through for T1. brax opens it up nicely. Nitro, though, defending from the cubby by Garden. And now it's up to the Hunter's Fury. Does he decide to use it? He can't really. There's too many players at this point. There's too much time on the bomb. And so Hiko will just try to get that opening kill first. Maybe there's a chance here, but nope. Can't find an angle onto brax. I spoke a little bit too soon. And T1 will hold on. It looks very scary, though.
I know there's a lot of backseaters in chat that are probably very upset that Hiko didn't pop that ult right there. But he does not win that round if he pops the ult. He knows. And he knows the importance of the Hunter's Fury in closing out a round on attack. I think it's the smart play to carry that into the next round. And you could see he actually took a step back to think about it for a second when he was in hookah. And he thought otherwise. So I'm fully with him not using the ultimate right there. And here's Skadoodle going for that op pick showers again. First gun round of the match.
Oh, and he played out the same way,
behind.
but Nitro's peak wasn't as good. This is perfect for T1 right now. They need this round. Steel managing to pick Skadoodle out of the air like a clay pigeon, and Steel makes his way forward. Asuna over the top of the APC, looking for the flank there with those satchels. Beautifully done. 2 versus 3 now. brax and Spyder on the B rotation. It's up to them now as the spike still needs to be planted. Run it back there as U-Hawk is cleared. brax needs to win this frag, but that cage is going to deny him completely. Spraying, trying to find that desperation bullet, but it will be the TP rotation from 100 Thieves here for that B round finish. Spyder, he's got a good timing. He might be able to get in there, but just barely denied. He will heal up instead. Waiting for brax to get into position, but they don't have much help here.
Planted.
Oh, brax, great read there on that
brax has a cam. Brax has a cam. It's at lung. I believe he just spotted both of them. What a huge fight by Asuna, and Hiko closes out the match through the Phoenix wall.
100 Thieves taking it over T1. What a fight it was. They fought so damn hard, so many clutches. You could see the preparation from both teams. They both played so damn well. It's heartbreaking to see one of these two teams exiting the tournament, but I mean, we have to give it to both of them. They played it so well. But 100 Thieves, Sean, there is some magic behind this squad. There's something about them. And one of the questions we had to answer in this series was, what, is it the situation in a